sure that this is recording, but I'm doing all the things that it says to do, and I don't understand the displays. But anyway, we're going to keep on recording. Now we're going to stop it. And record pause. What is it? So I guess now we have resumed recording and are doing the same. So I'm going to stop it and see what else is going on here. This is a 1995 concept car. Really swoopy job. 21-inch wheels and 4-liter, 3¼ horsepower. Snazzy. Wow. This is 1924 Chrysler B70 Phaeton. First car they built. And was kind of a concept car in that it never left the factory or the company. And anyway, it had a lot of innovations, including their high compression L-head 6 and 4-wheel hydraulic brakes by Lockheed. A 1915 Dodge touring car. An L-head 4-cylinder, 35 horsepower. Base price was $785. And look at the beautiful wheels on that. And it's DB on the hubs of the wheels for Dodge Brothers. I'm going to get another picture of it. This is a 1929 DeSoto Roadster. DeSoto was introduced as a less expensive car than the Chrysler. And the first car was 1928. Named after, of course, Hernando DeSoto. And they were a big hit, priced under $1,000, 6-cylinder standard equipment, 4-wheel brakes, Delco Remy ignition, and the last DeSoto was built in 1960, 32 years later. Red car here is a 1909 Hudson Roadster. And it has acetylene lamps, and what sort of engine do we have? 20 horsepower, L-head 4. Base price $900. Beautiful leather seats. A lot of brass. This Hudson 1909 Hudson, it was the first car that Hudson Motor Company produced, and they sold more than 4,000 cars. It was an industry record at the time. They were purchased merged with Nash in 1954 and acquired by Chrysler in 1987. This Auto runabout was Rambler's first car. And it had single speed with reverse, tiller steering, transverse mounted engine, 1-cylinder, 6 horsepower. And it was probably cranked by that thing there. Started up there. It was available in one color, Brewster Green. Rambler was made by Thomas B. Jeffrey, and they made a factory in Kenosha, Wisconsin. And this car is a little reminiscent of the curved dash Oldsmobile. And more than a century later, the Kenosha plant where this Rambler was built now makes engines for Daimler Chrysler. Linear corporate successor to Rambler, Hudson, Nash, and American Motors. Interesting history there, huh? 48 Chrysler Town and Country. We all agree this is just a flawless example. Gorgeous wood, beautiful joint joinery. And the wood, Don, you said, was oak, ash, and mahogany. And absolutely gorgeous and in perfect condition. Well, this outrageous yellow car is simply called Espresso, I think, on the back. Espresso. Do we know any more about this? Is this a Chrysler product, or it looks like a big smart car?
Yes, it is a Chrysler product.
It is a Chrysler product, uh-huh. Just a concept, I guess.
Yes,
yeah.
they both are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're outrageous. Another concept car by Plymouth, probably based on the Prowler. This one's called simply Slingshot. Very unusual headlights. I guess those are headlights. Also rear view mirrors. Pretty snazzy. Nash Healey, so-called sports car, built in 1953. Nash Motors in Kenosha, and the Donald Healey Motor Company of England. And also coach designer Pininfarina of Torino. It was a six-cylinder engine and from Nash. The components were exported from Kenosha to England, and then the chassis were shipped to Italy, where the bodies were installed and shipped back. There were only 500 of these made. Black beauty here is a Chrysler Imperial. This is a two-door hardtop, and it's called the Imperial Southampton Coupe, 1956. Very luxurious and well-powered by overhead firepower V8, 280 horse. Nice transmission. It was a Powerflight 2-speed automatic. The car sold for $4,700 in '56, at which time you could get a loaf of bread for 18 cents, according to this. Now, this is a Chrysler Turbine Coupe, powered by a gas turbine, a rotary type of engine in its day. Apparently, Chrysler made the turbine engine, and this Plymouth hardtop represents first turbine engine installed in a production car. They made only 5 of these, and only a few of them. Well, no, wait. Well, no, okay. 53 cars were built. Body by Ghia. All were painted this distinctive copper color. And only 10 of these survived. Chrysler has 3 of them, all in operating condition. Orange car here, if you can't read that poster, is a Hemi Cuda. It was called a Roadrunner. And it was a Plymouth, wasn't it? A Plymouth? Yeah. Plymouth Roadrunner. And had a big engine, 440 or so. Well, it says 340 on one of them. But anyway, it's power.
426 Hemi.
Okay, 426 Hemi, according to Jan.
340 horse.
This red beauty is a dual cowl Phaeton, but it's a 1941 Chrysler Newport. Contemporary updated interpretation. And it was designed by Ralph Roberts. 2 cockpits, each had their own windshield and long flowing fender lines. They made 6 of these and put them on tour, and there are a number of them left. It was Newport was the pace car for the Indy 500 in 1941. The only time a non-production car has been accorded this unique honor. 1957 Dodge swept side pickup. Gorgeous ivory and red. Had a overhead valve V8, 315 cubic inches, 8-to-1 compression ratio, and the horsepower I don't see. Anyway, it was really snazzy hauler, flashy swept sides. It was competing with Ford's Ranchero and Chevrolet's Cameo Carrier. Here's a 1937 Dodge half-ton, so-called panel delivery, but it looks like a little pickup truck to me. 1937. Red guy. Well, you don't see Willis Knight touring cars very often. This is a 1917, and it was a V8, very quiet. But sales were kind of slow, and it was sold until 1919. It was introduced in 17. Now, Chrysler, Walter Chrysler, reorganized Willis. It was faltering. And then Chrysler founded the corporation, the Chrysler Corporation, 4 years later. Willis Knight cars were produced until 32. Snazzy wheels on that car. Here's another predecessor car. It's the 1929 Nash four-door, and they were, this one was powered by a six-cylinder with 2 spark plugs per cylinder. That they retained that hallmark until 1940. They felt that the poor gasoline was fouling plugs, and 2 plugs were better than 1. The engine itself was 65 horsepower, overhead valve 6. I like this green with the yellow striping. Nash Healey, so-called sports car, built in 1953. Nash Motors in Kenosha, and the Donald Healey Motor Company of England, and also coach designer Pininfarina of Torino. It was a 6-cylinder engine, and from Nash. The components were exported from Kenosha to England, and then the chassis were shipped to Italy, where the bodies were installed and shipped back. There were only 500 of these made. After the pace car, there is a Prowler, and Don could get in there and sit down, and I could take his picture if he wanted me to, or vice versa. It's, I don't even know what years the Prowler was made.
Do you think that...
Well, this is called the Chrysler ME412, and its engine is an all-aluminum quad-turbo 6-liter V12. It's got gobs of torque and very lightweight and goes like hell. 7-speed Ricardo double-clutch transmission. All kinds of goodies. Don't have any year on it.